Welcome back to Be Inspired from Life. Every sunrise signals a fresh start, a powerful chance, and a completely new trajectory for your life. And here is the core truth. The way you manage your first hour sets the course for your entire existence. The morning ritual is the crucible where your perspective is forged, your inner state is aligned, your drive is activated, and your concentration is refined. Your morning is the essential building block of your day, and your collective days determine the reality of your destiny. If you can dedicate yourself to consciously fortifying your mind when you wake up, you hold the power to re-engineer your life's entire direction. Today, I want to present 12 non-negotiable mental strategies, 12 timeless truths, 12 actionable techniques that you must implement every day. This is the blueprint for developing a resilient mind, a focused mind, a serene mind, a disciplined mind, an unbreakable mind, a mind that simply refuses to entertain the thought of quitting, a mind that generates breakthrough success, absolute clarity, and lasting freedom. This is not passive learning. Listen intently and absorb these insights, because they are guaranteed to redefine how you approach the start of your day. They will dramatically shift your thought process, enhance your presence, change how you carry your responsibilities, and elevate the way you face every single morning. Let's begin the transformation. Part 1. 12 lessons to build your mind every morning. 1. Initiate with appreciation. The first and most transformative step in building mental strength is simple. Lead with thankfulness. The second your eyes are open, before reaching for digital stimulation, before dredging up yesterday's anxieties, and before life's demands can whisper, halt. Take a deliberate breath and acknowledge the pure fact of your being. Right here, right now. You are present. Thankfulness is a force multiplier. It immediately purifies the mental atmosphere. It transforms a complaining spirit into a state of awareness. It converts internal disorder into profound calm. It energizes your faith. When your day begins with gratitude, your mind gains resilience because your attention is fixed on your blessings, not your deficits. You stop being pulled by the world's clamor and firmly root yourself in the abundance around you. A heart full of thanks is the engine of a powerful mind. 2. Proclaim your potential. The second lesson is to seize control of your narrative. You must speak to your mind before your mind begins to question you. Do not passively wait for motivation to arrive. Do not hope for confidence to materialize on its own. You must be the commander. Voice your inherent worth. State clearly, I am fully capable. I am purpose-driven. I possess great strength. I maintain sharp focus. I am continuously improving. Your personal affirmations lay the groundwork for your internal experience. This internal landscape informs your actions, and your actions sculpt your future reality. If the inaugural voice you hear is your own, declaring power and conviction, you establish the victorious momentum for the day. You order your entire being to rise. 3. Fence off your first hour. The third lesson is establishing an impenetrable shield around your mental peace before allowing external chaos to enter. This means creating a gap. No phone, no mindless scrolling, no checking messages, emails, or news alerts. Dedicate a block of time to silence, stillness, and mindful breathing. A strong mind cannot be built if you start your day consumed by noise. Clarity cannot take root if your morning begins in immediate frenzy. The external world is overstimulating. Social media is demanding. Your mind craves an internal quiet. Establish this quiet zone immediately and defend it with fierce intention. 4. Activate your energy. The fourth lesson is movement. Engage your physical body, even if it is only a brief, gentle routine. When the body sheds its stiffness, the mind becomes alert. Physical motion generates vital energy. This energy, in turn, fuels mental clarity. When you permit your body to remain sluggish and still, your mind adopts that same inertia. But by moving, stretching, walking, or engaging in deep oxygenation, you initiate forward momentum. The morning is not just about physical awakening. It is about mobilizing your spirit, your commitment, and your drive. 5. Uphold commitment over comfort. The fifth lesson is to choose committed action over fleeting feelings. Feelings are temporary sparks. Commitment is the enduring fire. Motivation may inspire a momentary leap, but discipline is the vehicle that carries you a lifetime. Every morning, choose commitment. Execute the tasks that your future self will look back on with pride, even when resistance is high. Discipline constructs strength. Discipline instills inner confidence. Discipline builds an iron will. A mind consistently trained by commitment becomes truly unstoppable. 6. Absorb inspiring wisdom. The sixth lesson is feeding your mind only high-quality, empowering information. Your morning intake should not be gossip, digital junk food, drama, or distraction. Nourish your mind with truth. Fortify your mind with wisdom. Consume content that elevates your thoughts rather than pulling them into negativity. Read something uplifting. Listen to something educational or inspiring. Reflect on profound concepts. Your mindset mirrors what you consume. Fuel it with purpose, strength, and intellectual growth. 7. Define your daily mission. The seventh lesson is locking in the direction for the day ahead. Before the world pulls you into its demands, set your targets. Ask, what is the single most important contribution I must make today? Which difficult task must I confront? What one action will create the greatest immediate progress? When your mind begins the day with a crystal-clear mission, you eliminate procrastination and aimlessness. You prevent merely reacting to events. A mind anchored by clear purpose cannot be easily shaken or diverted. 8. Disengage from yesterday's anchor. The eighth lesson is releasing the grip of the past. Do not commence your morning carrying the emotional baggage of yesterday's failures, previous hurts, old regrets, or unmet expectations. Yesterday is done. It is immutable. It is no longer under your jurisdiction. Today, however, is entirely yours. Today is your zone of responsibility. Today is your full potential. Each morning is a divine opportunity to start your story anew. It is a complete mental override. Release the past and step into the present with a clean and energized focus. 9. Grant yourself grace and time. The ninth lesson is practicing profound patience with your own process. Transformation is never instantaneous. Healing is a gradual unfolding. You cannot construct a disciplined mind in a single night. Growth requires persistence. True improvement is built brick by brick. Every morning, gently affirm that you are allowed to progress step by step. You are allowed to make missteps. You are allowed to fall, and you must always rise again. Be patient with the pace, but be ruthless with your commitment. Be gentle with yourself, but be firm in your resolve. Your patience is what sustains your ultimate power. 10. Lean into challenge over ease. The 10th lesson is actively choosing growth over comfort. Every morning, your instinctual mind will attempt to draw you back into familiar routines, limiting beliefs, and old fears. But comfort is the great inhibitor of progress. Comfort creates stagnation. Comfort ensures you remain small. Courage, conversely, is what expands your capabilities. Courage is what initiates upward mobility. Courage is what propels you toward the life you were designed to lead. Every day, choose courage. Voluntarily embrace discomfort. Tackle the challenging tasks. Seek out the opportunities that demand you stretch your capabilities. 11. Purify your personal space. The 11th lesson is aggressively protecting your external and internal environment. Your thoughts cannot flourish in a negative ecosystem. Your spirit cannot ascend in toxic surroundings. Each morning, conduct an assessment. Whose voices are you listening to? Who is permitted to access your energy field? Who has the ability to disturb your mental calm? Guard your physical space. Protect your inner peace. Defend your mind. The quality of your environment has a much greater impact on your outcomes than you might currently realize. 12. Surrender to a higher DSIG. The 12th lesson is resting in faith, trusting God, trusting the timing, and accepting the unfolding process. Every morning, consciously release control over the variables you cannot influence. Let go of paralyzing fear. Dissolve anxious energy. Eliminate the desperate need to rush the future. Trust that every event is progressing precisely as it needs to. Trust that a benevolent force is orchestrating things you cannot yet perceive. Trust that your current path is perfectly aligned with your highest purpose. When you begin your day with profound trust, your mind feels unburdened. Your heart becomes settled. Your spirit gains unshakable strength. Part 2. The foundation of a strong life. Now, internalize this deeply. These 12 principles are not abstract philosophies. They are not merely motivational concepts. They are tactical tools. They are defensive mechanisms. They are the absolute foundation of everything you will achieve. When you implement them consistently every morning, your mind will sharpen. Your internal dialogue will elevate. Your spirit will gain resilience. Your days will gain focus. Your energy levels will spike. And the trajectory of your life will inevitably follow. Because every great achievement has its genesis in the mind. Inner peace, personal strength, consistent discipline, core confidence, and lasting success all start in the mind. And your morning is the supreme laboratory where that powerful mind is built. This is the true process for constructing a meaningful life, establishing true discipline, achieving profound peace, cultivating authentic confidence, gathering inner strength, living with purpose, and fulfilling your destiny. You build it day by consciously building your mind. When you rise, you must do so with explicit intention. You rise fueled by inner power. You rise with deep appreciation. You rise with absolute clarity. You rise with laser-like focus. You rise with faith as your guide. You rise with the profound knowledge that today is a fresh opportunity to embody the most capable version of yourself. Your mind is the chief architect of your life structure. Therefore, build it with intention. Build it with iron discipline. Build it on truth. Build it with faith. Build it every single morning. And let me share a final, vital insight. Mastering your mind in the morning is not a temporary task. It is a permanent commitment. It is a declaration that you refuse to live a reactive life. You reject living in a constant state of mere survival. You refuse to hand over your personal power to external conflicts, difficult people, or constant pressure. It is a definitive promise to ascend with deliberate purpose, rather than simply drifting through your days and hoping for passive change. Real transformation cannot occur until you first proactively change your internal framework. Nothing can rise high if your mind remains grounded in low thoughts. The moment you awaken is the most vulnerable and yet most potent period of your day. Your mind is highly receptive. It can be influenced, sculpted, and guided by you, or it can be easily stolen by distraction. It can be directed toward your goals, or pulled downward by your negative history. This is why morning mental conditioning is paramount. If you do not claim ownership of your morning, the outside world will inevitably claim it for you. Your doubts, your ready-made excuses, and your fears all greet the dawn with you. The critical question is, do you greet the day with a stronger mental resolve than they possess? Do you rise ready to override them, look past them, and move forward regardless of their presence? Or do you allow them to set the discouraging tone for the next 12 hours? You cannot construct an extraordinary life upon a neglectful morning routine. You cannot secure a stable future with a chaotic start. You cannot develop deep confidence with a mind that is scattered and unprepared. Therefore, let this be your mantra. The morning is your training field. It is your ultimate mental laboratory. It is where your spiritual resilience is forged. Just as physical strength is the result of focused repetition, mental toughness is the result of focused, consistent morning rituals. Discipline becomes ingrained when it is practiced consistently. Strength becomes second nature when it is applied daily. Confidence becomes an automatic response when it is fed every day. Do you desire mental fortitude? Start by dominating your morning. The world will try to splinter your attention, but those first hours are your inviolable property. It is the only time the world is quiet enough for you to truly hear your inner voice, your spiritual guidance, and the call of your highest purpose, without external noise. And never lose sight of this truth. The results you see in your life will always calibrate to the level of your internal mindset. If your mindset is fragile, every task feels heavy. If your mindset is unfocused, every path feels confusing. If your mindset is saturated with negativity, every challenge feels overwhelming. But when your mindset is strong, every obstacle becomes an opportunity. Every difficulty feels solvable. Every moment of uncertainty feels manageable. The sheer power of your mind is the ultimate determinant of your life's quality. This is why you must not tolerate starting your day with immediate frustration, aimless scrolling, damaging comparison, internal chaos, or clinging to old grievances. You must not afford to start your day reacting. You must dedicate yourself to creating inner peace, creating mental focus, creating decisive purpose, creating resilience, and creating forward direction. One final thought to deepen your resolve. The morning is not simply about performing tasks. It is about evolving into the person you are meant to be. You are currently engineering the version of yourself that is immune to pressure. You are building the person who does not break when life delivers a hard blow. You are sculpting the self who stands tall, maintains equilibrium, and acts with clear intent. That powerful future self is built exclusively through deliberate consistency, mindful repetition, and showing up for yourself, especially on the days when the spirit is willing but the body is weak. And be clear, there will be mornings when fatigue hits, days when external stress mounts, days when the full weight of responsibility settles, and days when deep doubt emerges. These difficult days are precisely when your established morning mindset proves its ultimate worth. These are the days your discipline must carry you forward. These are the days when your unwavering faith must completely drown out the voice of your fear. It requires no effort to feel strong on the days when everything is easy. The true measure of power is maintaining strength on the most challenging days. And your morning ritual is the source of that essential power. Finally, understand that your morning mindset determines the nature of your interaction with life. When your mind is fortified, you stop reacting erratically and start responding with measured wisdom. You stop allowing small irritations to hijack your mood. You stop permitting negative influences to drain your energy. You stop letting fleeting problems control your internal state. Instead, you remain deeply anchored. You stay grounded. You preserve your composure. You maintain alignment with your highest self. This level of internal mastery is forged through dedicated morning discipline. One final perspective. One intentional morning can revolutionize your entire day. One intentional day can revolutionize your entire week. One powerful week can revolutionize your month, and one committed month can revolutionize your life. But the entire cycle begins with that sacred first hour after you wake. If you commit your morning to faith, to deliberate action, to appreciation, and to clarity, your life will inevitably begin to display those same high-value qualities. And let this be your lasting understanding. A strong mind is not a mind devoid of challenges. A strong mind is not a mind that never feels stress or exhaustion. A strong mind simply means you possess the inner conviction to refuse defeat. You refuse to quit the path. You refuse to grant negative narratives the final authority over your thoughts. You refuse to surrender your inner peace. You refuse to let fear determine your path forward. You may be severely tested, but you will not shatter. You may stumble, but you will always stand again. You may struggle, but you will always continue your forward progression. This is precisely why these morning disciplines are so crucial. Because by building your mind every day, you transform into the person who can navigate any storm without losing their inner core. You become the person who can face any difficulty without collapsing. You become the individual who holds peace in the midst of turmoil, who maintains purpose despite confusion, who keeps faith even in uncertainty, and who rises, relentlessly, again and again and again. Therefore, receive this message into your spirit. You are not waking up arbitrarily. You wake up because there is more potential waiting to be realized. You wake up because your life's purpose is calling you into action. You wake up because your personal story is far from complete. You wake up because your journey of growth is still in progress. You wake up because you are becoming stronger with every single sunrise. Do not let these precious mornings slip away. Do not walk through your life as if in a trance. Rise with deliberate intention. Rise with absolute strength. Rise with profound purpose. Rise with a mind that is prepared to build, to expand, to achieve, and to evolve. Your mind is the ultimate architect of your destiny. Your thoughts are the foundational seeds of your future. Your conscious decisions are the tireless builders of your path. And every morning, you receive a fresh, sacred chance to consciously design the life you were always meant to live. A life of deep inner peace, a life defined by clear purpose, a life anchored in clarity, a life sustained by discipline, a life powered by strength, and a life dedicated to constant growth. Thank you so much for watching. If this video provided you with inspiration, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to be inspired from life for more empowering content. And remember, regardless of your current starting point, you possess the innate power to fundamentally change your future. My channel Success Journey